Hey stats class, this video we're going to go over how to create a regression line, the line of best fit from a data set using a spreadsheet. So I'm going to press this copy to table button, copy it to clipboard, Control C. It's going to paste it in, even though it's written left to right, it's going to paste this in vertically. All right, and then once I have that over here, I'm going to go here to the very top cell right beside it. You don't have to put it there, I'm just putting it there just to make it easier to see. And in that cell, I'm going to start typing the word equals LIN. I'm going to start typing the word line, and then I see line S. The best fit least squares line is basically what this command is. So I'm going to click that. And what I've showed you in past videos is, like when I was calculating correlation, that I can put this in any order. Okay, here I can't. The Y's have to be first. Now, I just want to show you that if I did that, comma, the Y's, the X's, and I'm just clicking the cells where they were, which is what I did for correlation, but I'm doing that to show you that you can't do it anymore. So here, the next thing is that it asks for, just click the little question mark, is calculate B, the y-intercept. We do want it to do that. The next thing is verbose. This gives an array of other statistics other than the slope and the y-intercept. We don't need those. One of them is r squared, but not r. So I think it's easier, especially for first semester stat students, if you just leave this 0 and just the other important thing you need is r. And we can just calculate that directly because it doesn't give you r if you choose verbose. So I'm going to just click it like this so you can see there's an error. It doesn't like, if you hover over it, it's expecting numbers and y's in there. It's got a column header, so we can't put the column headers in there. So I'm going to take this part away. I'm going to leave the 1 and the 0. It only wants y, so I have to click the first number and let go at the last number. All right, and then comma, do the same thing for x's. You can start at the bottom and drag up to the top if you want to. All right, so there's what I have, and that's what will allow it to work. Okay, there's my slope, and there is my y-intercept. So that's all I want. Now again, it's not a bad idea to get r, your correlation coefficient. So remember, that is from earlier video, we did CORREL, that's correlation. And now this, again, it doesn't matter the order that you put this in, and you can also just click the column headers for correlation. So there is our value for correlation. So we can see this is a pretty strong correlation. It looks like a linear pattern holds. This slope and y-intercept with that strong of a correlation would do good to predict values that are not mentioned in here. Like for instance, we skip from 13 to 15. Like if I wanted to figure out what y-coordinate goes with 14, I could use the line. It would be a decent prediction because the correlation value is relatively strong, which means this number is closer to 1 than it is 0 when I say it's relatively strong. So after you get your numbers in there, the 3.8, notice it's reversed here though, be careful. The number without x is your y-intercept. The number with x is your slope. So when I grab these two numbers, the 0.6 goes with the x. The number without the 0.6, or sorry, the number without the x is the y-intercept, so that's the 3.8. So there's our regression line. All right, now the scatter plot. So I'm going to select A, drag over to B, insert a chart. All right, and I do want a scatter chart, and it gave it to me. So there is how I get my scatter chart. So there's videos on showing you how to get the scatter chart that were up last week. So you can watch those videos if yours is not giving you a scatter chart. But there is the scatter chart, and you can see it has that parabolic shape, meaning it rises, it reaches a peak, and now it starts to fall again. So of the ones I see, choice C there is the one that matches. And so what it's suggesting here, and what the last question is identify a characteristic of the data that's ignored by the regression line. And what that means is it's not necessarily ignored by the regression line. It's if you look at this value for R and you think, oh, okay, well, this line will be a good predictor. What you're ignoring is the data is modeled much better by a parabola, much better. So a line will get you a prediction, like we were saying for like 14. We can get a prediction for that value, but it's not going to be necessarily a very good prediction because of the fact that this a line would keep going straight up here, whereas the data is obviously bending. So a parabola would be much better, and we can do parabolic regression, quadratic regression. That's a thing. It's just we don't get to it in this course.